If you follow the channel, you know I do love the popular genre of a murder mystery. But recently, the genre itself has not only run dry, but what is available on Netflix has also run dry too, as there hasn't been anything put out by Netflix in what feels like forever. But thankfully, Netflix released a miniseries titled His and Hers, and is absolutely amazing. The series is created by William Oldroyd, who is a relatively new director on the scene. And this is Netflix's newest masterpiece. I'll tell you why, what you may have missed, and answer the insane twist ending that everyone is talking about. Before we get started, if you're new here, be sure to click subscribe and click the bell to get notifications on all upcoming film and television content. The series follows a small town murder of Rachel Hopkins. And wrapped up in the murder are two estranged spouses in Detective Jack Harper, played by Bernthal, and his wife in Tessa Thompson's Anna Andrews, where the series makes you believe that each one is involved in the murder, but as things play out, it's much deeper than expected. The series begins with the murder of Rachel Hopkins, and from what we can see in this pilot episode, Anna appears to be involved right away. The series introduces a letter that was read by Anna at the end of the series that was also read at the start of every episode, and ultimately is all tied in the end. As the series takes on this life that there's two sides to every story, hence the title of the series. His and hers, ours and theirs, and that someone is always lying. Detective Jack Harper is a shady, corrupt, controlling detective, but also a loving and caring father figure to his niece Meg. Anna, Jack's estranged wife, is a resurfaced news anchor who's come back to her small town after a hiatus thanks to the murder of Rachel Hopkins, but also due to her mother's battles with dementia. But we come to know why Jack and Anna are estranged, as the two lost their firstborn daughter in Charlotte, which only squandered their relationship. Because of Anna's absence, her mother was drawn to old videotapes of her daughter's news career to make it feel like she was still around. The first episode ends in the same way it began, by placing Anna at the scene of the crime in the woods, where we also discover that Jack had slept with Rachel the night of the murder. The series does a great job of making you believe that Jack is the murderer, whether it's his affiliation with Rachel the night of the murder, the fact that he had Rachel's phone in his truck, his phony DNA sample, his secret cancellation of Rachel's phone records, the countless of lies he told his partner Priya, and the anger he displays towards the case all points the finger towards Jack. And the same can be applied towards other characters in the series. Whether this is Anna's mysterious ways of knowing way too much information when it comes to the murders, Clyde Duffy's motives, Richard Jones's criminal history, or Catherine, especially given the fact that she was always getting teased by Rachel. Throughout the series, we are constantly reminded of this 20-year-old secret of something that happened in the woods on Anna's 16th birthday party. A secret that only 5 of the girls knew about in Rachel, Helen, Zoe, Anna, and Catherine. And during a deep conversation with Richard, Anna talks about how she blames herself for something bad that happened. So we can see that this 20-year-old secret is still eating away on the inside of Anna. The series takes a drastic turn when Helen, a close friend of both Anna and Rachel, was suddenly found dead, as the series then shifts from solving one murder to catching a town serial killer. And with another friend in the group murdered, it makes you believe that it's someone in the group of girls that is the killer, especially with the girls' friendship bracelets being found in each victim's mouths. As the series continued, we were provided more insight to not only the life and upbringing of Anna, but also what her adolescence years were like growing up with Rachel, Helen, Zoe, and Catherine, as these were shown through a series of flashbacks. Here we can see how Rachel was the ringleader and Helen and Zoe followed, as they constantly teased Catherine. The 4th episode ends with Anna and Jack coming together to discuss their life together the night of Rachel's death and the death of their daughter Charlotte. At the time, the two were distant, but this moment really brings them together, as this is a pivotal conversation that would bring the two together to not only solve the murder, but to rekindle their marriage. However, things take a turn when Priya points the case in a new direction, specifically towards Anna, Jack does everything he can to steer the police the other way towards Clyde Duffy, simply to try and cover not only his own ass, but Anna's too. And later, Zoe is next to be murdered by the killer, which makes us believe that it's Catherine who is the killer, and that Anna is ultimately next in line to be murdered, as it's the end of the 5th episode where Anna realizes that Catherine is the killer, and that she ultimately will be next. This scene is so tense, gripping, suspenseful, and thrilling, as not only do we watch Anna relive and recall that same 20-year-old secret of what happened in the woods where Anna was ultimately set up and attacked by these boys, thanks to a heinous Rachel, it was all being accidentally recorded as well. It's the ending of the 5th episode where we also watch Richard lure Anna into the home where his wife Lexi would be waiting, in an attempt to kill Anna. We also watch Anna discover that the once heavy-set Catherine is now Lexi Jones, as she underwent a body transformation and changed her name, which is the same Lexi Jones news anchor that is set out to hunt for Anna. As up until this point in the series, all evidence pointed towards Catherine being the true killer of the girls who bullied her, especially after we watched a flashback of her emptying her sister's inhaler on purpose, resulting in her death. We watch Anna fight for her life against both Richard and Lexi. This scene is also tense, shocking, and terrifying, as there's so many possible endings as a result of this scene, but it ends with Priya killing Lexi. What we think is the end of this crazy journey only takes another twist, as while Anna is reading a letter from her mother, we discover that it's Anna's mother, Alice, who is actually the killer. As we know that while Anna was away, her mother would watch old videotapes just to feel connected to Anna. And as she ultimately got to the last tape, which was unlabeled, it was ultimately that same tape that was accidentally recorded of Anna's attack in the woods, which sparked her mother's fuel for revenge on Rachel, Helen, Zoe, and potentially Catherine, as she killed Rachel simply to bring back Anna to the small town of Dahlonega, killed Helen to keep her there, and killed Zoe to give her the family she had lost. As Alice recalls the moments leading up to and after the death of Charlotte, as well as why and how she murdered Zoe, Rachel, and Helen. The retelling of this shocking and gruesome discovery is done so well, but it's also haunting, as it displays the power of a mother's love. This discovery is truly wild, as we watch Anna read this letter with a tear running down her face, all while wearing a smile, to simply end this crazy journey. In terms of the series itself, from a film standpoint, Bernthal does a typical good job with his performance, but he doesn't blow you away. However, it's Tessa Thompson that truly shines in this role, displaying waves of emotions, changing her mood and mystery. And the series itself looks generally pleasing, as it displays plenty of dim and dark scenes that are still easy on the eye, and the series does a great job of spacing out the murders. All in all, I enjoyed His and Hers, and I believe the best aspect of it was the two different perspectives from Jack and Anna, as it constantly kept me guessing which one of them was involved. What are your thoughts on Netflix's newest series, His and Hers? I would love to hear them down in the comment section below. For more film and television analysis, be sure to keep it locked here, right here on this channel.